How's it going, YouTube? It's Brian Schrader coming back at you with the part 3 of the series we got going for the fully flocked Drake Mallard. So in our previous videos, we've covered flocking the head, the butt, the breast, and then the brown stripes down the side. So this is where we're going to flock with gray and get it all 100%, all your clean lines ready for airbrushing. So there's going to be airbrushing. We're going to have 3 different colors to airbrush on this particular decoy. We're going to airbrush brown, try and smooth out this brown color a little bit, give it a little more natural look, and then we're going to come over the top of that with some white in some places, and then we're gonna shade and detail in black. But so when you're shading, or when you're flocking with your gray, or what you're gonna need is medium gray flocking. So medium gray flocking. You can use like an off-white too, and paint with just either a gray base coat or a black base coat, and it'll turn that flocking gray. I prefer just to get the gray flocking itself and run with that, and then what I'll do is I come over the bottom of it with a black base coat. I use flat black or semi-gloss black. I'll come over that with and then hose it down with some gray flocking, and it comes out real clean. The other thing you can do is you can use gray paint, or and flock it like that if you want a little bit of lighter of a tone over your mallards. I prefer black. I think it turns out and looks a little bit better, in my opinion. But other things you're gonna need: gloves. Always never forget your gloves, and then 1-inch chip brushes. So I just stick my brushes back in my used gloves just to keep them fresh. But anyway, we'll just get started on it. You also need your catch tub for all your excess flocking. But all right, here we go. Just like in the other videos, we're gonna do 2 coats. Bring it on as a thick coat. Butt it all the way up to your colors that you're touching. So like this brown, I purposely brought my brown a little past the line so I can come in with the black and overlap the lines a little bit. I'll do this all around the decoy. Got some runners. Too much paint on it. You guys can see that. Sorry about that. So yeah, just get in there, get a nice coat on there, all the way around your duck. Make sure you smooth your lines out. The smoother your lines are, the easier time you'll have airbrushing. I mean, airbrushing takes enough time as it is, so make sure you overlap a little bit and don't leave any gaps, because when you do go to outline it with the airbrush and there's any gaps in your colors, it'll reflect. So you don't want to reflect the plastic any plastic portions in your decoy. So these flies are driving me nuts. Sorry for the lack of dialogue, everybody. I'm just trying to get this done. Some things that help me paint a little better when I get a fresh coat on there is I'll just dab it a little bit and then come back and backstroke over the top of it so it smooths it out a little bit better. And then it also helps me force paint into the edges of the flocking, the edges of the flocking colors. So where they separate, I'll dab it a little bit more. I also do that on my second coats too when I'm adding more flocking to it. I usually dab as opposed to stroke because once you get sometimes you'll pull the flocking out as you're trying to stroke over the top of the other flocking. It's just easier to dab it and just like this as opposed to going like that across your flocking. And, saves you time, doesn't pull any flocking off, makes an overall better product. Almost done. Another good idea is when you're doing this, have a reference picture in front of you for like just what a live mallard looks like. That's especially important when you're going to airbrush. Just gives you something to look at, and you can try and mimic some certain details of that real ducks have that you don't see in a lot of decoys. This portion kind of ties everything together, so you gotta, out of all the other steps, this is one of the ones that you want to take the most time on. So this is what your decoy looks like pre-flocked. So then you just slide your catch bin out and squeeze your applicator and get the let this be a lesson too. If you ever buy flocking and it comes with a bunch of balls in it, balls of just dried flocking or stuck together flocking, send it back. I made that mistake and just like, oh, screw it, I'll live with it. But it's definitely a pain in the butt and makes things a little bit longer. So I will be throwing this flocking away and getting new ones. And again, don't worry about shooting flocking over the other colors because it's not going to stick. Even if you can see it a little bit once it gets wet, or you can take once you're done you can take it out and hose off or whatever with all the extras.
You out here now?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
And And once you're done, you just turn it over, hit it a few times. Knock off all the So those little balls I was talking about leave little spots all over your flocking after you're done, so then you're going to want to come back and hit it again. Once you knock them off. Sometimes it's best to just let them dry on there and then pick them off afterwards. But that's totally up to you. Alright, so that is your flock, pretty much it for your flocking. That's how it turns out. You know, take your time and make it look real good. This is the step that ties everything together. So the smoother you make it like this, the better it'll come out during the final touches. So I'm gonna keep going. Sign off of here, and I'll see you on the next one. The next video we're gonna be airbrushing. I'll probably do a 2-parter on that one, maybe 3. It just depends. But anyway, I'll see you guys later.